Alright, so here we have the Unik 8197 men's Gauntlet leather gloves. That are waterproof knuckle armor, cowhide leather. They come in sizes from small to 5 extra large, which is huge. If you have 5 extra large hands, well, sir, you are ham-fisted, as they say. I cracked myself up. So some features they don't give you. There is stretch panels in the palm because they have a naturally bent, and the stretch panels make it a little bit easier to straighten your fingers out. Originally these came, I've ridden with them quite a bit, with a cord cinch around the end of the cuff. I don't like that. It doesn't have a big cuff and it fits perfectly around my Joe Rocket atomic jacket that I wear when it's cold out or when it might rain. I got rid of that altogether. It was clumsy, it got caught in there. It's got a wrist cinch I typically don't use. The sizing on these is super accurate. I wear typically an extra large. I got an extra large glove and it fits great. It's got some padding on the finger knuckles, and I don't know why this is here. It's completely unnecessary, but it does have a stretch panel or something, it seems, in the back. It's not any kind of pocket or anything, so I really don't know what it does. It's got an extra layer of leather on the palm for abrasion resistance, and it's got an extra layer of leather in the crotch of the thumb and forefinger, if you will. The armor works pretty good. It's padded on the inside, it feels like. Almost like there's some cotton balls inside of the knuckles. It lines up good with my knuckles. I would say I have pretty average size hands. In a moment we're going to go over to the bucket. We're going to do the waterproof test, which I already did. And then we'll come back here for some final thoughts and whether or not they come with a recommendation. And here we have the waterproof test of the Unik 8197 men's Gauntlet leather gloves, which I wasn't going to do this, but as you can see here, it's advertised as being waterproof, and it's got the squeegee, so it does suggest that they're made to be worn in inclement weather. So I've got my same bucket of water here that I did the Milwaukee leather gloves with, and so I'm going to submerge the Uniks up to the wrist, see what happens. Again, I'm not trying to be unfair. I'm not going to let it saturate for a long time, but I just want to see, you know, and this is an extreme case. But aside from not being warm, it definitely, my hand is dry inside. So the right glove gets a good pass. Now for the left, same thing, to the wrist cinch, and you know, I'll give it 30 seconds or so, see what happens. I think that's as extreme as you can ask for. Again, no water coming in. Maybe, it's hard to tell. I don't feel wet, but I definitely feel some coolness in this area here on my hand. You know, it's leather. Leather itself isn't waterproof, but my hands are dry. So there's that. So the Unik 8197s get a pass. I will see you back over to the table. Boom. Okay, welcome back. We just did the waterproof test. Passed with what I would call flying colors. If you were caught in the rain for 24 hours, you may or may not get wet, because I'm assuming there is some kind of membrane inside here. That's usually what companies do to make something waterproof, but it doesn't really make the sound. Almost like when you were a kid and your parents would put bread bags on your feet and then put your boots on. So another thing about these, and this is a problem with me, not the gloves, is the material doesn't seem to be moisture wicking on the inside. And what that means is if you're like me and you run a little hot and your hands sweat, it's going to stay in the glove. It's going to end up stinking up the glove. I've even gone so far as to try putting foot powder on my hands and then putting that in the glove. Hasn't worked out so far. If anybody knows of a solution for sweaty palms, hands in general, because it's bad. If I ride a half an hour with these gloves on, and I take them off. The inside is wet to the touch. And that's at 40 degrees. And they're warm, but they're not like, oh my God, my hand is uncomfortably warm and it's 70 degrees in here right now. My hands just sweat. It's nothing against Unik, and similarly to Milwaukee leather, wherever I put those, it's not them. It's me. I just wish I could find a solution. Another solution would be to have 3 or 4 sets of glove liners and just oversized Gauntlet gloves that aren't insulated, and then keep changing the liners. Somebody needs to come up with like a hand cream. You put it on, it stops your hands from sweating, or really good moisture wicking on the inside, which may go against the price of these gloves, which I would recommend, by the way. I think they're great gloves. As far as price, around $40, which for what you get, I think that is incredibly good value for the money. They're a solid glove. I have the unfortunate curse of sweaty hands. It also has a little squeegee, clean off your face shield. These are definitely aimed at people that spend a lot of time in the saddle, as it were. So there you have it. The Unik, $81.97. Unik, great gloves. So, a little bit of housekeeping. I bought these with my own money. So this video is, in its essence, sponsored by me. So, yeah, there's that. Moving on. I don't know what I'm doing. Woo!